Right, welcome back to the channel. I'm your teacher, Mr. Livingstone. And today I'm going to be teaching you how to fix your LinkedIn. And if you do, it'll increase your chances to land your dream job. Is this a guarantee? Absolutely not. Nothing's a guarantee in life. But I've been a recruiter for 10 years. I've seen every LinkedIn under the sun. I know what works, I know what doesn't, and I know how you should set your LinkedIn up so that way you appear highest in search settings and attract the type of people or the type of companies that you want to be hired for. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, overall look and feel. Like it or not, your LinkedIn and its overall look and feel will directly impact your job and career prospects. When recruiters and hiring managers get your CV or get your profile or come across your profile online, they're going to check out your LinkedIn, okay? And how your LinkedIn looks, the overall aesthetic, the content, the messages that you put out there, the content that you're sharing and following will have an impact on whether those people get in touch with you or not. Okay, so you need to make some effort to ensure that the overall look and feel is on point with regards to the type of companies that you want to work for. Okay, you have to put effort into this. Essentially, your LinkedIn is your online visible CV, it's your digital footprint, your online persona. Like I said, first impressions count. People have biases, and those biases will show face if your LinkedIn is shit. And those biases essentially will be that they won't call you, they won't get in touch with you, and you'll lose out on a potential opportunity. Okay. If you're unsure how to structure your LinkedIn, I'm going to make a video at later stages, which is going to break down what good what good LinkedIn's look like and what shit LinkedIn's essentially look like. But for now, what you need to do is look to thought leaders in your space and structure your LinkedIn similar to theirs. They're a thought leader. They've taken a lot of effort. They probably have an agency to have someone in their team that's developed their LinkedIn for them. Look how they've structured their LinkedIn, develop yours the same, and off you go. Title, make it punchy. This is your first chance to get a recruiter or a hiring manager's attention or a business leader's attention. Yes, you need to list your role title, but you also need to list your expertise, what you offer, and the value you bring to organizations. Example, and we're going to use my title as an example. I'm a director of talent. I have a 100% candidate close rate. I have a 4-week average time to hire, and I like to build AI systems that future-proof recruitment teams and companies. That title is so much more enticing for a recruiter or a hiring manager who is looking for someone like me to want to reach out to me. If I just said director of talent, I'm going to get lost amongst everyone else who has director of talent in their LinkedIn title. If I wanted to be found and I wanted people to find, or I wanted certain people in certain companies that have certain or criteria that they're trying to find within a candidate, I would make it so that way the title has phrases, keywords in it, so that way you appear at the top of these searches. Make it punchy, make it to the point, and demonstrate results. An important note, keywords and the LinkedIn search algorithms. The way the LinkedIn search algorithm works is on keywords. So you need to make sure that your profile is rich with keywords specific to your industry, specific to your expertise, and specific to your niche. So for me, director of talent, 100% candidate close rate, 4-week average time to hire, building AI systems to future-proof your recruitment needs. Those points are all directly related to my niche and industry and expertise. So anyone who is looking for a recruiter, certainly a director of talent, they'll want to be knowing that I've got these things, or they'll want to be knowing that I understand these particular areas within my field of expertise. Okay. About section, sell yourself. This is a continuation of your title. Your about section is where recruiters, hiring managers, business leaders, etc., learn more about your expertise and your achievements. You need to craft a detailed about section that makes these business leaders want to reach out and set up a call. How do you start doing this? Don't make it boring, over exaggerate. Because you're putting this online, naturally, you're more likely to play yourself down, especially women. Statistically, women will use less emotive language than men, right? Which essentially impacts your chances of getting a callback, impacts your chances of certain companies reaching out to you, because your LinkedIn bio, your about section isn't as exciting as someone else that they might be speaking to. You need to be intentional with the language that you use on your about section. You need to be intentional with how descriptive and emotive it is. You also need to be intentional intentional regarding the keywords relevant to your industry, expertise, or niche that makes sense for your LinkedIn bio. So that way you get picked up in search algorithms. Okay, especially the LinkedIn search algorithm. As I've got my final point here, keyword section or keywords, you need to be very specific in terms of the type of language that you use related to the keywords related to your industry. So that way you turn up higher in searches done by recruiters, hiring managers, etc. Experience 101. This is where you detailed your achievements and, more importantly, your results. Much like your CV, if you watch my previous video on how to actually craft and write your CV correctly, you do not list your day-to-day responsibilities and activities. People want to see results. Hiring managers, recruiters, business leaders want to see the value that you bring to your organization. Okay? What did you achieve? What value do you bring? Show results, stats, figures, numbers, etc. They need to see measurable results. Business leaders especially want to see the results you've driven in your organization, especially the further you get up in your career. Education, skills, and courses. You have a master's degree? Great. Put that on your LinkedIn. You have courses related to your specific role or industry? Good. Make sure you put that on your LinkedIn. Here is also where you write relevant skills that are not super generic or basic ones. Be specific. Similar to what I've said in my previous video about writing your CV, skills should be related to your particular industry or niche that makes sense and are value driven. And touching on my point once more, LinkedIn search algorithm works via keywords. So you can use the skills section to beef out your LinkedIn profile further with keywords that are essentially going to allow you to, again, appear higher in search rankings. Recommendations and testimonials. This is very powerful. Ask your old colleagues, bosses, etc., to write you a testimonial. If they're unsure how to write a testimonial, write it for them and then get them to post it from their on your behalf from their profile. Believe it or not, recruiters, business leaders, etc., they do read this. This is exactly the same as getting a reference from your CV. It really shows that you're engaged in your business, industry, and company. It shows that people do rate you, and it shows potential hiring managers and companies that you're worth or you are someone of value. Use it to your advantage, as a majority of people do not use this very well. Activity. So, like it or not, LinkedIn is a content game, and I can make, and I will make a whole video in and of itself explaining how you should develop your LinkedIn to craft content that is relevant for your niche and expertise that allows you to be perceived as a thought leader and someone who truly understands what they're talking about. But the more active you are, the more chance you have of being noticed as a thought leader. Be careful though, there is a lot of noise on LinkedIn. There's absolute nonsense on LinkedIn. The amount of bullshit that gets regurgitated on there is a joke. So really try not to add to the noise, add value to people's lives, specific to your expertise or niche, okay? Make the content that you want to read, that you think people want to hear, okay? Be precise and speak with authority, especially on platforms like LinkedIn, again, where people talk utter nonsense 90% of the time. If you're new in your career, share and repost other thought leaders relevant to your industry. Show potential leaders your passion for what you do. If you're sharing content that is relevant for your industry, that is relevant for your niche, and you're talking how awesome this content is, or you're sharing how awesome this content is, potential leaders will see that you have a passion for the industry and be more likely to hire you, or more likely to get in touch and want to contact you to have a hiring discussion. So what next? This takes effort, like everything in life. Don't be lazy. Yes, you can use AI tools to help write your about sections and write your detailed role responsibilities and results, etc. But people generally know if you wrote everything or not. It's pretty obvious. So really do make an effort to make sure that you're writing as much of your LinkedIn as possible so it sounds authentic and unique to you. Learn how to post and create content relevant to your expertise or industry, and ask for feedback from trusted recruiters or business leaders. Get an audit done. If you want me to audit your LinkedIn, share your link with me in the comments section. I'll take a look and message you directly, and we can discuss how we can improve your LinkedIn. Okay. And final point, something that people don't do is they need to keep it updated. A lot of people don't really update their LinkedIn until they're looking for a job, but by then it's too late. If you really want to be known as a thought leader and industry expert, within your niche, keeping your LinkedIn up to date, keeping active with content, sharing content, reposting, connecting with other thought leaders in your space. This is going to really help you land your dream job. Okay. I hope that helped. We're short and sharp. Would like to see your comments. Let me know your thoughts. We'll take it from there. Peace out.